Các bạn hãy cùng với Nguyên Khang chúng ta bước vào trong nhé. Hello. Hello, are you Sarah?
Yes.
Yeah,
hi,
my name's
how
Khang from Vietnam in my heart.
are you?
Yeah.
How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Nice to meet you. What are you doing?
Just doing a little bit of embroidery, ribbon embroidery.
Embroidery. Is this a handkerchief?
No, it will be a picture for framing.
Ah, for framing. So you do for yourself?
Yeah, but this one is for my son.
Ah, for your son. How old is he?
22.
22. Wow, so kind of. Thưa quý vị, chúng ta đang cùng bắt đầu với nhân vật của ngày hôm nay, đó là cô Sarah JUBB, một nhà hoạt động xã hội chuyên đi gây quỹ cho các hoạt động từ thiện cũng như đóng góp rất nhiều cho những hoạt động xã hội ở công ty cô. Và chúng ta sẽ cùng bắt đầu cuộc trò chuyện nhé. Is it possible for you to take time to have a talk with me?
Yes, I'd love to.
Yeah. Hey, nice to come to your house. How long have you been coming to Vietnam?
I've lived here for 7.5 years.
7.5 years. What did you do before you come here?
I was living in Australia, in Queensland, in Brisbane, and I was working in an accounting firm, and bringing up 3 children. Yes.
Yeah. Why you come to Vietnam?
Originally we came with my husband's work, and then not long after we arrived, then I started working with Ernst & Young.
So 7.5 years staying here, how do you feel?
Really good. I'm coming to the end of that time because I'm leaving to go back to Australia, so I will leave in June. So after 7.5 years, it's sort of, I'm happy and sad at the same time.
Yeah. What things make you happy and what things make you sad?
About leaving or about Vietnam?
Everything that you can share with me.
I think I take with me a wealth of experience that I've gained here, and some very good friends, because it's not just Vietnamese friends that I've made here. I've made friends from all over the world because Vietnam has a very big expat community. I think I leave here knowing that I've hopefully progressed my staff to a different level because I've been able to work with them and guide them in their professional careers. I certainly have a love for Vietnamese food, and I've learnt how to cook some Vietnamese food, so I'm going to enjoy taking that back to Australia and cooking for my friends.
So that's what makes you happy. But what makes you sad?
Well, it's like leaving anywhere. I've been here a long time, so of course I'm going to be sad to be, leaving and leaving behind friends, leaving behind my staff at work and my staff here, because I've been really lucky to have a great housekeeper and a wonderful driver and a security guard, and they've become part of the family. So, I'll miss them and I'll worry about them.
So it means that very lucky for me to see you before you come back to Australia.
Just managed to fit it in. Yeah.
How do you feel when you work with Vietnamese staff here?
Oh, fantastic! I've got wonderful staff.
Yeah.
So I have about 30 people in my team, and all very dedicated, very enthusiastic. I think I've rubbed a little bit of Aussie culture and the Aussie way on them, so I think they've become quite outgoing, and they're great fun to work with, and that's one of the things I'll miss the most.
Yeah.
I'll really miss them.
Yeah. All of your staff, how do they feel when you leave here?
I'll be very sad. When I told them, some of them cried, and I'm sure when I go on my last day at work, I'll probably have a few tears. But I think what I've given them will help them in their careers, and I know I'll see them in Australia because I know they'll want to come and visit, and they work for a global and international firm. So some have already had the opportunity to work in Australia, and I think some more will get the opportunity, and I'll get to see them again.
Yeah. During 7.5 years staying in Vietnam, what do you think about the advantage and disadvantage of the labor force? I mean, that Vietnamese labor force, do you think that what is their strong skill?
Their strong skills are, I always come back to enthusiasm, because I think if you're enthusiastic about something, you're 90% the way there. So that's a big advantage. I think the disadvantage is the education system, but I will say in the 7.5 years that I've been here, the standard of our graduates from when I first arrived to now has increased dramatically, and I think that's a testament to the government here that they really are investing and encouraging investment in education in Vietnam. You know, we're sending more and more people on secondment overseas to work in other EY offices now because they are at the same level or very close to their peers in other countries, whereas 7 years ago we probably wouldn't be able to do that. And also English skills, because we work in a global company, must have English because that's a global requirement. And the level of English skills have increased substantially as well. And that shows that within the schools they're having English as a second language. So I think that gives Vietnamese to work in, global companies in Vietnam, and then the opportunity to travel overseas and come back again is a lot better for them.
Yeah. Can you tell me some of the social activities that you and your staff have done before?
Well, within the company, as I said before, we have a team of people that rallies everyone to get involved in different things. They did a beach cleanup project where they went down to Vung Tau and basically went up and down the beach and picked up rubbish and cleaned up. They do orphanage work. We did another project where we asked everyone to bring in their old eyeglasses that they no longer needed, and then we presented those to the American Eye Clinic, and then they recycled them and used them in their ophthalmology program. And we've done fundraising when there's been cyclones and typhoons and that sort of thing. We have also supported Koto by having them as one of our preferred caterers. So Koto is an organisation, No One Teach One, and we use them to cater for our corporate functions. And then where possible, if we have our partners in town or overseas guests, we usually take them to Koto for lunch or dinner. And then the partnership group, we have I think 14 partners. We did a fundraising amongst the partners and asked everyone to contribute, and we raised about $6,000 just from that one night.
So how do your staff feel when they join in all the activities?
They're really enthusiastic, and it's a voluntary thing. We don't force people to do it. It's voluntary, so of course they're already pre-committed. And I just find the staff, once they decide to do something, they give it their all, and they're really supportive and enthusiastic, and they always do a really good job, and they're thoughtful about what they do.
When it comes to your house, I not only realized that you can learn how to embroidery, because they're very also a little special about Vietnamese people often do it in some of the handicraft things. But also I realized that you have a sickle here. What is this for?
That's my husband's, so that was a birthday present.
Is this his hobby? Sorry? Is this his hobby? I mean, not riding a bicycle to go around here?
Yeah, but only when he's had a few beers. So it's more for decoration, and I bought it for him for one birthday.
Oh really? You bought it for him? Why you don't buy any other things, but just because?
I bought many things that are very Vietnamese.
Oh, that is the statue of a tree, girls in north, middle and the south, right?
That's right, yeah. And the Vietnamese water puppets. I'm very big fan of the water puppets, and I've done, I like going to the shows, and I like reading about the culture and how the water puppets eventuated. And whenever I have visitors, I always take them to a water puppet show. Yeah,
you take them to the Gold Reagan, in the Labor or Youth Cultural House, right?
Yes, and also in Hanoi.
Also in Hanoi, wow, yeah. So you told me that you will come back to Australia, but what you will bring back and what you will leave here? Do you intend to bring the cyclo back to Australia?
No, I'd love to, but it's too big. Too big. But we will take a lot of photos before we go. But you know, all the water puppets and the special things we've collected. I have a lot of paintings that I've had done here, a lot of lacquer, and yeah, just those special things I'll take back with me.
Yeah. You also told me that you learn many things in Vietnam. For example, you learn some cuisine, and you will come back to Australia to cook for your friends, for family.
Yes, yeah. I love the food here, and I love how fresh it is and the different flavours. I don't cook very often because I have a housekeeper, but when I go back to Australia, we don't have the luxury of being able to have housekeepers and drivers, so I will have to do it myself.
So what kind of cuisines that you learn how to cook?
The Vietnamese curry.
Yeah, Vietnamese curry.
Yeah, and the fresh spring rolls.
Yeah.
Bánh xèo.
Bánh xèo.
Yeah.
Pancake, right?
The pancake. Yeah. And the baked fish.
Baked
fish. Yeah.
What is the biggest achievement that you have had here?
Me, I just think achieving the role I have. I'm an executive director at Ernst & Young, and I'm very proud of that achievement. I'm very proud of growing my team. When I first took over, there was only 2 people in my team, and now I have 30.
Wow.
Yes, and I just think that, you know, developing them and developing a business that they can feel proud to be working in. Yeah. So that's on the work side. From a personal perspective, I think the fact that I've given my children the opportunity to live in another country and somewhere as beautiful as Vietnam, and then the personal charity work that I've been able to do and been involved with some, you know, really special people, and you know, giving something back to the community and to the people in Vietnam who are less fortunate than you and I.
Thank you very much for sharing with us your story, and hope when coming back to Australia you will have a chance to tell to your friends about Vietnam. Before we finish, do you want to say anything to the viewers?
Vietnam TRONG team toy.
Thank you very much. Thưa quý vị, chúng ta vừa đến với những chia sẻ của cô Sarah, và hãy tiếp tục theo dõi chương trình Việt Nam trong Team tôi số lần sau để khám phá thêm những hoạt động từ thiện mà cô ấy đã tham gia nhé. Còn bây giờ, xin chào và hẹn gặp lại.